Do you have a lifelong dream of sleeping in one of the Universal Orlando theme parks at night? Well, it doesn't get any closer than Universal's newest hotel, Helios Grand Hotel, which has a dedicated theme park entrance right into Epic Universe, not to mention an amazing resort style pool, brand new rooms with some amazing views of the theme park, and even How to Train Your Dragon Kids Suites. But it's not all good. I'm actually surprised that Universal Orlando overlooked one huge mistake that I believe could be keeping families from booking at this brand new luxury hotel. And that's why we decided to create our list of pros and cons of staying at Helios Grand Hotel to help you decide if you should splurge and stay or maybe go to one of the other Universal Orlando hotels. So if you're planning a trip to Universal Orlando to visit Epic Universe and weighing your hotel options, just be sure to stick around until the end of this video. As always, I'm very excited, so let's go get started. Thank you again so much for checking out this video. We're going to jump right in. We are jumping in with the pros of Helios Grand Hotel, the newest hotel at Universal Orlando Resort. And of course, I already mentioned it, but the biggest pro, in my opinion, is going to be that exclusive theme park entrance. So this is arguably the biggest advantage, right? Helios Grand Hotel offers a dedicated private entrance directly into Celestial Park, the central hub of Epic Universe. This means guests can bypass the general public entrance, which significantly reduces travel times of, as you can imagine, there's no travel time into Epic Universe. You are connected to it. And it's the same thing at night. So I think this is a game changer and something that we've never had. I can't think we haven't had this at Disney. We've never had this at Universal where the hotel is literally part of the park. I should say Disney World anyway, because Disneyland does have something similar. But it's a massive convenience for early risers looking to get a head start and to take advantage of early park admission, which you know I love at Universal Orlando. And also, it's a huge game changer for those who want to pop back and forth to their hotel, maybe for a midday break to hang by the pool. Or, like I said, if you're going to be staying super late at night, you want to just kind of get back to your hotel when you're done. Well, this is the hotel for you when it comes to Epic Universe. It's important to note that you are going to be further away, and we'll talk about this in the cons. You're a little further away from the original Universal Orlando parks. But over to the next pro, and I also love the variety of rooms that we have at Helios. So this hotel offers a range of accommodations to suit different groups and size preferences. So we have the standard room, which is available with 2 queen beds or 1 king bed. These rooms are approximately 325 to 340 square feet. They can accommodate up to 5 guests, and also they also can do a rollaway bed for an additional fee. We have the deluxe rooms, which are a little bit larger at 415 square feet. These rooms offer more space and include a small sleeper sofa, ideal for larger families. And then we also have the club level rooms. So you'll see I actually have a con about the club level rooms, but these provide exclusive access to the club level guest lounge on the 9th floor, offering complimentary coffee, tea, soft drinks, continental breakfast, and of course, snacks. And this is kind of one of my favorites, the one that I was looking forward to the most for How to Train Your Dragon fans. We do have the How to Train Your Dragon Kids Suite. So these are themed suite with separate kids' rooms with 2 twin beds, and this is themed after How to Train Your Dragon. If you've been watching my channel, you know I have always said that Universal, they need to do more for families visiting with young kids, and I think this is a huge game changer, especially if you have How to Train Your Dragon fans in your family. We have some other suites. We have a King Suite, Celestial Suite, and a Hospitality and Presidential Suite as well. But you could see just overall, they do give us a great amount of variety when it comes to the rooms. So now we kind of touched base on this, but over to the next pro, and we have, this isn't the entrance per se, but you do have some amazing theme park views, and you have theme park views from your rooms. So you can pick a theme park view room with views of Epic Universe. And honestly, we've never seen anything like this before. You guys can go online and look up some of the videos, especially at night. You really can see this park like you've never been able to see a Universal Orlando park before. It is beautiful. The views from this hotel into the park are beautiful. Now, yes, of course, you need to pay a little bit extra to have this view, but you'd feel like you're practically staying and sleeping in the park. That's how close you are. And I just feel like this enhances the overall theme park experience, and that's what this is all about, right? If you're going on a theme park vacation for a lot of families, you want the best theme park experience. What I also love is you have different theme park views from the lobby, from the different restaurants, and there's even a bar that we will talk about soon that you have an amazing view that I think is going to be a game changer and great for adults visiting Universal Orlando. But you also have views of the park from your pool, which is really, really cool. Over to the next pro, and we have the restaurants. But I'm starting with the bar that I spoke about, and that is going to be Bar Helios, located on the rooftop. So this stylish lounge offers stunning views of Epic Universe and beyond. It features a menu of Mediterranean flair along with a selection of creative cocktails, and we ate here and it was worth it for the views alone. The drinks were also great. They were definitely a little bit pricey, but to be honest, that comes with, this sort of environment. Again, I've been all over Walt Disney World, all over Universal Orlando. Over at Universal Orlando, I don't think we've ever had a bar that feels this classy and like the perfect date night spot. Before dinner, after dinner, whatever it might be. I used to grow up in New York City. One of my favorite things about New York City was the views of the skyline. I preferred being in Hoboken or in Brooklyn just so I could see the city. I love views. They hit it out of the park with Bar Helios. Over to the next restaurant, and we have Flora Taverna. So the three-meal restaurant offers a full breakfast buffet and Mediterranean comfort foods, featuring an open kitchen, pizza oven, live cooking, and a gyro station. And you guys already know where I'm going with this. Guests can enjoy views of Epic Universe while dining indoors. That's the last time I will mention. You guys already know what. I will not talk about it again. Okay, but over to a next pro that I also think is really important for families, and this is the smallest signature collection hotel. And what that means is there's a lot less rooms, so the hotel is a lot more walkable. It's quicker to get from the lobby to your room, from your room to the pool, from your room to Epic Universe. This hotel is just a lot smaller than what we've seen in the past, and that just makes it a lot more convenient. And I know, especially when you're visiting the theme parks, you do a lot of walking. Last thing you want to do is have a long walk back to your hotel room. And last but not least, the last pro on my list, you can't forget the Universal Orlando hotel benefits. And over at Helios Grand Hotel, we do have, of course, early park admission to the theme parks, and that is going to be any of the theme parks that are open at Universal Orlando during your trip. Complimentary shuttle bus transportation specifically to take you over to the other theme parks, Universal Studios Florida, Islands of Adventure, and Universal City Walk. You have resort-wide charging privileges, complimentary merchandise delivery, a brand new fitness center, and that resort style pool. I quickly touch base on it, but this pool really is so cool. It is a zero entry pool with underwater speakers, private cabanas for rent, and poolside activities. The pool is 8,660 square feet. And again, just a really, really cool vibe going on at Helios Grand Hotel. And as you can see, there's a lot of really amazing things going on. But like I said, there are some things that have surprised us. And we're about to jump into the cons. But before we do, we're about halfway through this video. And I just wanted to take a second to say thank you so, so much for checking this video out. And if you are finding this video helpful to this point, please just be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel, as I have a lot more similar videos on Universal Orlando coming out in the coming weeks to make sure you are as prepared as possible for your next family vacation. Okay, over to the cons. And like I said, Universal Orlando really surprised me. And I think they missed a huge mark with Helios Grand Hotel. And that is that it does not include the Universal Express Pass. So, unlike some of the other Universal Orlando Signature Collection hotels, specifically Hard Rock Hotel, Loews Portofino Bay, and Loews Royal Pacific Resort, the Helios Grand Hotel does not include the Universal Express Unlimited Pass for the two parks. So, it's specifically Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida. The biggest thing too is that I think this confuses a lot of families. You would expect it to come with the Express Pass for Epic Universe, considering that it's connected to Epic Universe, but it does not. It does not come with any free Express Pass, and I think that's important for families to understand, especially as we get into my next con, which is going to be the pricing. I mean, very simply, it is one of the most expensive hotels in Universal Orlando. It's really going to be one of the most expensive hotels in Orlando. And because it is a signature collection hotel, so it's also brand new, which I'm sure is driving pricing. It's a brand new hotel connected to Epic Universe. So with that, there comes a higher price point. And right now we see standard rooms, I would say on average, they're going to be between $650 all the way up to $950, depending on the time of year that you visit. So for example, I went and I took a look and I did a check-in on November 13th, check out on November 15th. So just a quick little stay at Universal. and we found a standard room at Helios Grand Hotel for $842 per night. Now, when you compare that to the other three Signature Collection hotels that give you the free Universal Express Pass, two park Express Pass, I should mention that, the Hard Rock Hotel was actually cheaper at $779 per night. Portofino Bay was $806 per night, and Royal Pacific was $833 per night. So Helios Grand Hotel was more expensive than the other three hotels that give you the free two park express pass. And so how do you figure out, right? How does this tie into what you're doing at home? Well, what I did was for that time period, November 13th, and I wanted to figure out, well, how much is the two park unlimited express pass? And it was $181 per person. So for two adults, that comes to $362. So as you could see, like, yeah, you're spending $779 per night at the Hard Rock Hotel. But if you're the type of family that you know you're going to buy the Universal Express Pass, I think it still makes sense to possibly go stay at one of the other hotels that gives you the Express Pass for free. Because if you do 779 minus $362 that you would have spent on the Express Pass, you're really only spending $417 per night on that hotel. I know it's a little confusing, but that's kind of where I always look at it. But over to the next con, in my opinion, and I would say the lack of quick service food. We spoke on two table service restaurants, and of course, we do have a grab and go marketplace at Aurora Market. It does have coffee, paninis, wraps, and dessert varieties. It lacks a really, really good dedicated quick service option that some guests might prefer for a more casual and budget friendly meal. Over to the next con, and yes, we spoke about the rooms. One of the things I would say is from a standard room standpoint, they are smaller than at some of the other Universal Orlando hotels. For instance, Portofino Bay, the standard rooms are at 450 square feet. And that's, it doesn't seem important, but I'm telling you, when you walk into Portofino Bay, you feel how large those rooms are, especially if you are a theme park vacation and let's say you're not familiar with Epic Universe, but like you've been to the parks before. If you've been to like a Disney World hotel or, any of the value Universal Orlando hotels, and then you walk into Portofino Bay in that 450 square, I mean, you pretty much can suit up and start playing basketball. That's what it feels like. I mean, it matters to a lot of families, especially if you are larger groups and you're trying to take advantage of the Express Pass. I've seen it all. There are ways to game the system. So this is some of the important stuff that you do need to kind of keep in mind. So the rooms are a little bit smaller than what we've seen at some of the other Signature Collection hotels. And last but not least, I just felt like I wasn't that impressed with the gym. It's a little bit on the smaller side, and also the arcade. But I guess Universal Orlando just figures most families, they're not even going to be able to keep themselves out of Epic Universe. But that is the list, everyone. That is my pros and my cons of staying at Universal Helios Grand Hotel. As you can see, there are some really, really amazing benefits, such as being connected to the theme park, a great variety of rooms with a brand new Kids How to Train Your Dragon Suite room. We have some amazing views. We have a brand new bar, but is it worth the price tag? I guess that's what you all have to figure out at home, but I at least hope that you found this video helpful. And as a thank you for sticking around all the way till the end of this video, I actually have a promo code that you can go use on our website, theparkprodigy.com, to save an extra $50 off your next Universal Orlando vacation. And that promo code is going to be MAGIC50. But I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you all again so much for checking out this video. And until next time, I will talk to you soon.